Hello, and welcome to Great Sleep. Get ready to listen and relax. Today I'm going to tell you a mystical story about the mystery of a Christmas castle that a young adventurer set out to find. Emily Bennet stood in the village square, her eyes sparkling with delight as she watched the twinkling lights being strung up on every lamppost and the festive ornaments being hung from the trees. The air was filled with the scent of pine and cinnamon, and the sound of laughter and Christmas carols floated through the crisp winter air. Christmas was Emily's favorite time of the year. She loved everything about it, the joy, the warmth, and most of all, the traditions. Growing up in the small village of Evergreen, she had cherished memories of decorating the tree with her family, baking cookies with her grandmother, and singing carols with her friends. As she helped hang a garland of holly on the village square's gazebo, Emily couldn't help but smile at the sight of her fellow villagers busily preparing for the upcoming Christmas festivities. There was a sense of camaraderie and excitement that filled the air, as if everyone shared in the anticipation of what was to come. "Emily, could you pass me that string of lights?" called out Mrs. Jenkins, a kind elderly woman who was known for her expertise in holiday decorations. "Of course, Mrs. Jenkins," Emily replied with a smile, handing her the string of twinkling lights. "The village looks absolutely magical already." Mrs. Jenkins nodded in agreement as she carefully wrapped the lights around a lamppost. "It's a labor of love, my dear. We've been doing this for as long as I can remember. It brings joy to everyone's hearts and creates a sense of unity within our community." Emily watched as children ran around, their rosy cheeks glowing with excitement as they eagerly awaited the arrival of Santa Claus. Their laughter filled the air, blending with the sound of carols being sung by a group of villagers nearby. "Christmas truly brings out the best in everyone," Emily said, her eyes shining with happiness. "I can't wait to see the village come alive with all the festivities." Mrs. Jenkins smiled warmly at Emily. "You have a true love for Christmas, my dear. It's a beautiful thing. The traditions we hold dear are what make this season so special. They connect us to our past and create memories that will last a lifetime." Emily nodded, her heart filled with gratitude for the traditions that had shaped her childhood and the ones she would continue to pass on. As she continued to help decorate the village square, she couldn't help but feel a sense of excitement for the upcoming Christmas season and all the joy it would bring. The village of Evergreen was a picturesque sight, especially during Christmas time. Nestled in a valley surrounded by snow-capped mountains, it looked like something straight out of a storybook. The cottages, with their thatched roofs and colorful doors, were adorned with wreaths and twinkling lights. Smoke rose from chimneys, creating a cozy atmosphere that invited people to step inside and warm themselves by crackling fires. The villagers bustled about, their breath visible in the cold air as they went about their preparations for the Christmas market. Stallholders set up their booths, displaying an array of handmade crafts and delicious treats. The scent of freshly baked gingerbread wafted through the air, tempting passers-by with its sweet aroma. Children built snowmen in the village square, their laughter echoing through the streets. Their rosy cheeks and bundled-up attire added to the festive ambience. The snow-covered streets were alive with activity as villagers exchanged warm greetings and shared stories of past Christmases. It was a close-knit community, and the spirit of Christmas seemed to bring everyone even closer together. Emily walked through the village, taking in the sights and sounds of the bustling preparations. The snow crunched beneath her boots, and she could feel the chill in the air seeping through her gloves. She stopped at the bakery, where the scent of freshly baked cinnamon rolls filled the air. "Good morning, Emily," greeted Mrs. Thompson, the village baker. "Would you like to try one of my new Christmas cookies?" Emily smiled and nodded eagerly. "I would love to, Mrs. Thompson. Your cookies are always a delight." Mrs. Thompson handed her a beautifully decorated cookie in the shape of a snowflake. Emily took a bite, savoring the buttery sweetness. "These are delicious," she exclaimed, her eyes lighting up with delight. "I can't wait to share them with my family." Mrs. Thompson beamed with pride. "Thank you, Emily. It warms my heart to see our villagers enjoying my treats during this special time of year." As Emily continued her stroll through the village, she couldn't help but feel a sense of gratitude for the close-knit community she was a part of. The love and warmth that radiated from every corner made her appreciate the magic of Christmas even more. One day, while browsing through the village library, Emily stumbled upon an old book hidden away on a dusty shelf. Its worn leather cover intrigued her, and as she opened it, she discovered a tale she had never heard before: the legend of the Christmas castle. According to the story, hidden deep within the mountains that surrounded Evergreen, there stood a magnificent castle. It was said to be enchanted, coming alive during Christmas time. The castle had the power to grant wishes and spread joy to all who believed in its magic. Emily's heart raced with excitement as she read about the castle's grand ballroom adorned with sparkling chandeliers and elegant decorations. She imagined herself standing in that magical place, surrounded by the warmth and joy of Christmas. Determined to learn more about the Christmas castle, Emily sought out Mrs. Jenkins, an elderly villager known for her wisdom and knowledge of the village's history. Mrs. Jenkins welcomed Emily into her cozy cottage, its walls lined with books and trinkets collected over the years. "Ah, Emily," Mrs. Jenkins said with a warm smile. "I've been expecting you. Come, have a seat by the fire." Emily settled into a comfortable armchair, her eyes drawn to the shelves filled with books and artifacts. She couldn't help but feel a sense of wonder and anticipation as she prepared to hear more about the castle's secrets. Mrs. Jenkins poured 2 cups of steaming tea and handed one to Emily. The fragrant aroma of chamomile filled the air, adding to the cozy atmosphere of the cottage. "Now, my dear, let me share with you some tales that have been passed down through generations," Mrs. Jenkins began. "These stories will shed light on the magic of the Christmas castle." Emily leaned forward, her eyes shining with excitement. "Please, tell me everything." Mrs. Jenkins smiled and began her first tale. "Long ago, there was a young girl named Amelia who lived in Evergreen. She had a heart full of dreams and a deep love for Christmas. One day, as she wandered through the snowy woods, she stumbled upon a hidden path that led her to the Christmas castle." Emily listened intently as Mrs. Jenkins continued. "Amelia found herself in a grand ballroom adorned with twinkling lights and elegant decorations. It was a sight that took her breath away. As she explored further, she discovered a magical tapestry that revealed one's deepest desires. Amelia made a wish for her family to be happy and healthy, and to her amazement, her wish came true." Emily's eyes widened with wonder. "That's incredible, Mrs. Jenkins. The castle truly has the power to grant wishes." Mrs. Jenkins nodded. "Indeed, my dear. But it is not just wishes that the castle grants. It also has the power to reveal one's true calling in life. There was a young artist named Thomas who visited the castle and discovered his passion for painting. From that day forward, he dedicated his life to creating beautiful works of art that brought joy to others." Emily's mind swirled with possibilities as Mrs. Jenkins shared more tales of visitors to the castle and their transformative experiences. She couldn't help but feel a sense of urgency to uncover the castle's magic for herself. "Thank you, Mrs. Jenkins," Emily said with gratitude. "These stories have only fueled my desire to discover the secrets of the Christmas castle. I will do whatever it takes to experience its enchantment." Mrs. Jenkins smiled warmly at Emily. "I have no doubt that you will, my dear. The castle awaits those who believe in its magic and have the courage to seek it out. I wish you luck on your journey, and may the spirit of Christmas guide you." With renewed determination, Emily bid farewell to Mrs. Jenkins and set off on her quest to uncover the secrets of the Christmas castle. Armed with newfound knowledge and determination, Emily embarked on a quest to uncover the secrets of the Christmas castle. She sought out various villagers, engaging them in conversations in hopes of gathering clues and information. Her first stop was the village blacksmith, Mr. Thompson. He was known for his skill in creating intricate metalwork and was rumored to possess knowledge about a magical key that could unlock the castle's mysteries. "Good day, Mr. Thompson," Emily greeted him with a smile. "I've heard tales of a magical key that can unlock the secrets of the Christmas castle. Is it true?" Mr. Thompson paused his work and looked at Emily with a twinkle in his eye. "Ah, the key to the castle. It is said to be hidden in plain sight, yet only those who truly believe can see it." Emily's curiosity grew, and she leaned closer, eager to hear more. "Can you give me any hints on how to find it?" Mr. Thompson nodded thoughtfully. "Look for symbols and signs that are out of the ordinary. The key is cleverly disguised, but it reveals itself to those who have a keen eye and an open heart." With these words of wisdom, Emily thanked Mr. Thompson and continued her quest. She knew that she had to keep her eyes open for any unusual symbols or signs that could lead her to the key. As she walked through the village, Emily spotted the village storyteller, Mr. Reynolds, sitting on a bench, surrounded by a group of children. She approached them, hoping that Mr. Reynolds could share more tales about the Christmas castle. "Good afternoon, Mr. Reynolds," Emily greeted him with a smile. "I've been on a quest to uncover the secrets of the Christmas castle. Could you tell me more about the visitors who have encountered its magic?" Mr. Reynolds smiled warmly at Emily. "Ah, the Christmas castle has quite a history indeed. Let me tell you about a young girl named Lily who ventured there one winter's eve." The children gathered closer, their eyes wide with anticipation as Mr. Reynolds began his tale. Lily was a shy and quiet girl who often felt invisible in her everyday life, Mr. Reynolds began. But when she entered the Christmas castle, she found herself surrounded by a warm and welcoming atmosphere. The castle's guardians, mystical creatures known as the joyful spirits, guided her through its halls and showed her the beauty of her own unique talents. Emily listened intently, captivated by the tale. "What happened to Lily, Mr. Reynolds? Did she find her true calling?" Mr. Reynolds nodded, a smile playing on his lips. "Indeed, she did. Lily discovered her passion for music and became a talented violinist. From that day forward, she shared her gift with others, bringing joy to all who heard her play." Emily's heart swelled with inspiration. She realized that the Christmas castle had the power not only to grant wishes but also to help individuals discover their true purpose in life. With gratitude, Emily bid farewell to Mr. Reynolds and continued her quest. She knew that she was getting closer to unraveling the castle's enchantments and was determined to uncover the next clue that would lead her one step closer to her ultimate goal. Emily's quest led her to her first challenge, a riddle left by one of the castle's guardians. The riddle spoke of hidden symbols and secret paths, and it was up to Emily to decipher its meaning. She sought guidance from a wise old villager who lived on the outskirts of Evergreen. His name was Mr. Anderson, and he was known for his love of riddles and puzzles. "Good day, Mr. Anderson," Emily greeted him with a smile. "I'm on a quest to uncover the secrets of the Christmas castle, and I've come across a riddle that has me stumped. Could you lend me your expertise?" Mr. Anderson chuckled, his eyes twinkling with mischief. "Ah, riddles are my specialty, my dear. I'd be delighted to help you." Emily handed him the riddle, and Mr. Anderson studied it carefully, stroking his long white beard in deep thought. "Ah, I see," he said after a moment. "This riddle speaks of hidden symbols and secret paths. To solve it, you must look beyond what is visible and seek out the extraordinary." Emily furrowed her brow, trying to make sense of his words. "But how do I know where to look, Mr. Anderson?" Mr. Anderson smiled knowingly. "The answer lies in the village itself, my dear. Look for places and objects that hold special meaning and significance. They will guide you on your path." With these cryptic words, Mr. Anderson bid Emily farewell, leaving her with a sense of anticipation and curiosity. She knew that she had to study the village and its surroundings more closely, searching for hidden symbols and secret paths that would lead her to the next stage of her quest. Days turned into nights as Emily pored over books and maps, searching for answers. She explored every nook and cranny of the village, paying attention to even the smallest details. Finally, with a triumphant smile, she solved the riddle and gained access to the next stage of her quest. With each passing day, Emily gathered more fragments of the castle's history. She listened intently as villagers shared their own tales of visiting the castle and having their wishes come true. The village seamstress spoke of a magical tapestry that could reveal one's deepest desires. The old fisherman told stories of a mystical lake within the castle grounds, where dreams were said to come to life. And the village schoolteacher recounted tales of children who had visited the castle and found their true calling in life. As Emily pieced together these stories, she began to understand the true power and significance of the Christmas castle. It was not just a place of magic and wishes, it was a place that held the key to unlocking one's true potential and finding joy in life. One evening, as Emily sat by the fireplace, she reflected on all that she had learned. She couldn't help but feel a sense of awe and wonder at the possibilities that lay ahead. "I never imagined that the Christmas castle held such profound meaning," she whispered to herself. "It's not just about granting wishes, it's about discovering who we truly are and embracing the magic within ourselves." With renewed determination, Emily knew that she had to continue her quest. She had gathered valuable information, but there was still so much more to uncover. The castle awaited her, and she was ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. One cold winter evening, while exploring the village library, Emily stumbled upon a hidden passageway. It was concealed behind a bookshelf, its entrance camouflaged by dusty tomes. With her heart racing, Emily stepped into the darkness, her footsteps echoing in the narrow tunnel. She followed the winding path, her hands brushing against the cold stone walls, until she reached a hidden chamber. In that chamber, she discovered a map that revealed secret passageways leading to the heart of the Christmas castle. Emily marveled at the intricate details and symbols, realizing that her journey was far from over. The map showed a series of winding paths and hidden doors, each leading to a different part of the castle. As Emily studied it, she felt a surge of excitement and anticipation. She knew that she was on the right track and that each step brought her closer to unlocking the castle's secrets. With the map safely tucked away in her bag, Emily left the hidden chamber and made her way back through the tunnel. She emerged into the library once more, her mind filled with visions of grand ballrooms and magical encounters. She knew that the next stage of her quest would be the most challenging yet, but she was ready to face whatever lay ahead. After weeks of searching and exploring, Emily finally stood at the entrance to the grand ballroom of the Christmas castle. The doors swung open with a creak, revealing a sight more magical than she could have ever imagined. The ballroom was bathed in a soft, golden glow. Twinkling lights adorned every surface, casting a warm and inviting ambience. The air was filled with the sweet scent of evergreen and the sound of soft music playing in the distance. As Emily stepped inside, she felt a sense of awe and wonder wash over her. The grand ballroom was even more magnificent than she had envisioned. The walls were adorned with tapestries depicting scenes of joy and celebration. The chandeliers overhead sparkled like stars, casting a gentle glow over the room. In the center of the ballroom stood a figure cloaked in shimmering white. It was a ghostly presence, ethereal and otherworldly. Emily approached cautiously, her heart pounding in her chest. The figure turned to face her, its eyes filled with kindness and wisdom. It spoke in a voice that seemed to echo through time and space. "You have come seeking the magic of the Christmas castle," it said. "What is your deepest wish?" Emily paused for a moment, considering all that she had learned and experienced on her journey. And then, with unwavering certainty, she spoke her wish aloud. "I wish for the entire village to experience the magic of Christmas forever," she said. The figure smiled, its presence radiating warmth and joy. "Your wish shall be granted," it said. "But remember, my dear, the true magic of Christmas lies within each and every one of us. It is in our hearts and in the love we share with others." With those final words, the figure disappeared, leaving Emily standing alone in the grand ballroom. She felt a sense of fulfillment and gratitude wash over her. She knew that her wish had been granted, and that the magic of Christmas would continue to bring joy and happiness to the village for years to come. As Emily left the grand ballroom, she witnessed a transformation taking place in the village of Evergreen. The snow-covered streets were now lined with twinkling lights and festive decorations. Every house was adorned with wreaths and garlands, and the air was filled with the sound of laughter and joy. The villagers stepped outside their homes, their eyes wide with wonder as they took in the magical sight before them. Children danced in the streets, their faces glowing with happiness. It was as if Christmas had come to stay in Evergreen forever. Emily watched with a sense of fulfillment and gratitude. She knew that her wish had been granted, and that the magic of Christmas would forever live on in the hearts of the villagers of Evergreen. As she walked through the transformed village, Emily saw families gathered around beautifully decorated Christmas trees, exchanging gifts and sharing laughter. The scent of freshly baked cookies filled the air, and carolers sang joyous songs on every street corner. She approached Mrs. Jenkins, who stood outside her cottage, tears of joy streaming down her face. "Thank you, Emily," she said, her voice filled with emotion. "You have brought the true spirit of Christmas to our village. It will be cherished for generations to come." Emily smiled warmly at Mrs. Jenkins, her heart overflowing with happiness. "It was my honor, Mrs. Jenkins. The magic of Christmas lives within each and every one of us. I am grateful to have been a part of this journey." As Emily continued her walk through the village, she couldn't help but feel a sense of awe and wonder. The transformed village was a testament to the power of belief and the magic of Christmas. She knew that the enchantment she had experienced would forever be etched in her memory, and she would continue to share the stories and traditions of Christmas with others. With the village transformed into a year-round Christmas wonderland, Emily returned to her role as the village librarian. Inspired by her journey and the magic she had experienced, she dedicated herself to sharing the stories and traditions of Christmas with others. She gathered children around her in the library, reading tales of the Christmas castle and encouraging them to believe in its magic. She organized workshops where villagers could create handmade ornaments and decorations, fostering a sense of community and togetherness. Through her efforts, Emily spread the message of belief and the importance of spreading joy to others. She saw firsthand how the power of belief could transform lives and bring people together. As the years passed, Emily's quest became a beloved tradition in the village. Every winter, Children and adults alike embarked on their own journeys to uncover the secrets of the Christmas castle. The village became a beacon of love and joy, attracting visitors from far and wide who wanted to experience the magic for themselves. Emily watched with pride as the village thrived, its spirit shining brightly in every corner. She knew that the enchantment of the Christmas season would forever live on in the hearts of the villagers of Evergreen. And as she looked out at the smiling faces around her, she knew that her quest had not only brought joy to her own life, but had also touched the lives of countless others. The power of belief in the magic of Christmas had transformed a simple village into a place of wonder and enchantment, a place where dreams came true and love prevailed.